Hi, welcome back to Virtual VSC, Vermont Studio Center's virtual non-reality reality. Just want to say hi. It's another week, it's another day. We are very happy to be here. Today we have Daniel Zeese talking with Andrea du Chatenier. Andrea was here for 3 months. She was a fellow from New Zealand. She's back in New Zealand, also quarantined, but is super delighted to talk with us. This is my clock that I refer to. And 1 o'clock. So we're just about to start. You ready, Daniel? All right.
So, what sort of thing are you looking for? Oh, have you got your questions scripted?
Yeah, I've got my notes right here.
Right, auto prompt. Okay, I'll read mine.
Oh my God.
That's
you were here for a while. You got a lot of us.
yeah, I did. And nice, it was nice a lot. It was good. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was so damn pleasant. I can't believe it. It was doing nothing but your work and chatting and eating. God, what's not to like?
So how was it transitioning back into the real world? Wait, did your stuff arrive?
Oh, that was so weird. It took ages to get it out of Johnson. You know, they were all kind of fussy about who picked up, and cheap options are cheap for a reason. But once they picked it up, it took 3 days to get here. It took me as long as that. Oh, a few things broke.
Did they? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. I've got something here.
There's something of yours behind you, right?
This was a collaborative work.
Yes.
That I did at the residency with Margie Livingston. Better get that right, hadn't I? Better look that up. Collaborative work.
Made in And there's something behind you on that table, right?
Yeah, just hold that up.
What have we got here?
We've got a kind of a dribbly thing. Is that better?
Yeah, I love it.
I could make my work talk. Oh, there we go. That's good, isn't it?
So, okay, let's talk about your work then. What was really interesting was this transition, right, from the figurative work, or you're representing something to your material exploration. And I guess I think you have a really great sense of materials because I've been to the church thrift store with you. But it seemed like there was this drastic moment, right, where you changed, or
yeah, maybe. I think that the figurative things, they were figurative, and they were more about subjects and ideas and concepts that were, in some ways, they were about surface. They were I always think of it as being quite high camp, the work that I've done. There's always sort of a lot of glitter, a lot of kind of flamboyance, bit of theatricality, all that sort of stuff going on. And the surface stuff that I really liked. And my original works, early works, art school work, oh my God, that's so long ago, were kind of gender issues things. And one of them was sort of this kind of nature culture thing, in terms of gender and the problems. I was really into Donna Haraway and thinking about the cultural implications of gender. So a lot of my work was around those kind of themes. And then, I don't know, I started doing the clay thing because I wanted to make things a little bit more permanent. I was using polystyrene and things, and I don't know, I didn't like that. So I started doing clay, and then it was very technical. It doesn't have to be, but thinking about glazes and what you put on something was very, very hard. And it just absorbed me. It was sort of like, oh, this is difficult, but I'm kind of enjoying the difficulty. I'm enjoying the technical aspects of it. And I also found that if I really wanted to do it and even try it, I had to have equipment. I'm sort of quite self-absorbed, and I don't want to have to go out and ask people all the time, can you fire my pottery for me? All that sort of stuff. So then I had to invest in the kiln. So once you put the money in, you're kind of committed. So I had a kiln. I've got a huge kiln, which is about 2 meters big. You could put a person in there. All big. And then I've got 2 other smaller kilns and then a little kiln. So I've kind of really invested. But there was something about the alchemy. Yeah, now just put the way things melt and drip and do stuff. That was really neat. I really liked it a lot.
So something I always think about with ceramics is like this sense of patience that it builds within you. You have to wait for the material to transform on its own before it can go in, and then there's like always like an expectation of what's going to come out, and like working in the studio with you, like you're putting these things in the kiln a lot, right? Like more than I would expect these things to. I don't know, like it's an experiment, right?
I think you're right. I think that thing about that expectation, like I've come to ceramics from sculpture, so a lot of people do ceramics and study ceramics and know what they're supposed to be doing. I've never really known what I'm supposed to be doing. So I put it in and then I open the kiln door and I go, wow, look, there's a surprise. And sometimes things blow up and sometimes things aren't good. But that thing that you're talking about, like the process thing, is kind of frustrating but nice. I'm not totally responsible for my work. If I'm talking about materiality, it's sort of in that new way that we look at collaboration. I'm a collaborator with clay, and I can't have any control over what happens. I can kind of, I have a bit of an idea, but I put it in, and it kind of does its stuff. And it's so primordial, there's fire, there's water, there's air, there's all this stuff going on. And I'm just one little part of it. And most of my works have that accident thing that's a big part of doing it.
You were here just collecting random things, right? I don't know if you want to give away all your secrets, but like, so what else is going in the kiln when you're putting these in there? I mean, like,
well, I like to try anything, but I know that some things are going to be more alchemic, they're going to respond to heat. So at the moment I've been doing aluminium in there, which melts and dissolves, but when I put it with other chemicals, then it kind of comes out as a blue-green glaze thing. I put glass in there, but mainly metals. I've been using some perspex in terms of the stands and how they operate with the work. So yeah, I mix it up, and I do like that chance thing. One of the things about clay that I find quite frustrating is that color isn't as great as in painting. There's so many things that you can do just with color, but with ceramics, a lot of it is surface textures, and I like that contrast between dry and slippery, and so that tactility thing of clay is important to me, and I like that.
When you were here, you were working kind of small, right? It didn't feel small to me.
It was small.
Was it small though? Like, how big are these?
Oh yeah. Well, some of my works have been really big, like 1.5 meters, but that's quite hard. It's quite heavy to pick up. So the works that I was working on in Vermont were about this big, and I could pack them up, and I got about 20 or so back from Vermont residency, which was great. And if they'd been bigger, I couldn't have done that. There's something about size and kiln size, and I think this sort of size here
Screen
is
size,
something
yeah.
very achievable. I make bigger works, but they take longer and they lose some of their spontaneity, because I think I never think of myself like this. I think I'm an abstract expressionist. I know. That's when it comes to clay. I think of that fantastic Shara Hughes, and I love the way that she talks about her work in terms of a problem, that she just does stuff and then she looks at it and goes, "Ooh, how can I solve this problem?" I like that. And my previous work was sort of thoughtful concepts, tackling big issues. But now I don't worry about anything like that. I just go, "Ooh, I like the silver with the red," or, really sort of deep and meaningless things like that.
Yeah, I love that jump though, and I think it's so clear when looking at your work that there is this moment where you're just like, I'm just gonna not even figure this out. I'm just gonna do it. It's like there's like something intuitive and working in a studio with you, knowing like, oh no, that's terrible. You would say that about things like, oh that I'm just gonna leave on a table once I fly back home.
Yeah, I
But
know.
but getting your brain to switch from like high concept to like I just need to see this thing. And
I think it's age. You go, "Oh, for God's sakes, all that kind of important stuff. Oh, I can't be bothered." I've got nothing to say really. I haven't. I've got lots and lots and lots of things to say, and I don't shut up. And I have opinions. I'm quite opinionated, but I think that art is something that is about very formal things in a way. And I've never used to think that. When I look at something and I am entranced and full of wonder at how it's done or what it does or how those colors work and textures work and other people's work, that's what I actually really like looking at in terms of art. Other things I can really respect and I enjoy, and I like the way that they make me think. But in terms of making my own things, I think that the pleasures of understanding a material world are really important. As humans, we haven't really changed physically very much over millennial. It's thousands of years past, and we still smell and touch and look at things. And I think that part of art making is fabulous. I really love it. And, I feel as though, that's what I want to do in my time when I'm not working at the office or in the studio or with students. I want to enjoy it. My friends who know my work always say that I work intuitively, and I've thought of that as an insult, because when students say to me, "I'm just working intuitively," it's usually bad work, like there are rules about art making. You can't get away from it. It's not all subjective. There's good art and there's bad art. I know that. So formal issues like rhythms and order versus chaos and those sort of things are always kind of there. But I think of my works as tools for imagining. They're kind of, yeah, they are, they do come from in here, and all the things that I've looked at and experienced, and a lot of looking at nature. So they are a mixture of landscape and architectural forms. Yeah, I kind of mix that up. And they are idiosyncratic, strange little things that come from years of looking at art history. I teach art history, and although I say, I'm not looking at those things. They're all part of your memory. They're all in there. You can't kind of edit that stuff that you've looked at out. I love Japanese monsters and things like that are sort of from the 50s and 60s. And yeah, well, they were kind of reacting to that idea of nuclear holocaust and atomic mutants and stuff like that. I kind of like that. And they're colourful, and they draw from their past, which is so formally organised and beautiful, amazing textures and colours, and I really love that. It's very good.
What do you think you got out of 3 months that, you know, the people who were only here for a month didn't get?
Oh, I got the seasons. I got the wonder of seeing Johnson in summer, autumn, and winter. And I tell you, that was really, really nice.
Yeah.
And even I think my works go, oh, these are the summer works, and these are the autumn works, and these are the winter works. When I think of Johnson, I think of it as a little dream that happened over here, like this fabulous little dream of sunny days, of happy times, of total indulgences. You know, it was so fabulously indulgent and lazy. I thought of it like Vermont Club Med for an artist. You know, I don't want to be on a beach. I got fair skin and I burn badly. The idea of just being able to make things all day, every day, and then have a chat with fabulous people like you, Daniel.
Oh.
Yeah, and Sarah. And then all my other buddies who were so happy too. It's sort of like happiness. Everyone was happy, I think, not having to worry about everyday things. Have the dogs been walked or fed, or you know, thinking about things I need to do for work. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's pure happiness. Thank you, Sir James. Thank you.
What were your top thrift finds here?
Oh, I think that the fluoro jacket,
Yeah.
that painting that I bought, the print at the last day of the rummage sale.
I still think of that print too. Yeah.
Yeah. Should have I let Shara have it? Should have I?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, it seemed to be. I thought it kind of fitted with her work.
Do you still wear your Rambo shirt?
I wore it once, and it was like out of context, and people were really embarrassed for me. I could see that. So I didn't wear it again. In my first, in the first group of people that was summer, there was a lot of really styly people. And I think they were styly because it was summer and, you know, they weren't rugging up and all of that. So they were quite flamboyant. And the second group, they were probably the most social group. And maybe that was to do with the weather and stuff. And then the last group were really busy people. But maybe that was because it was winter and everyone was inside and busy doing things.
Yeah, it's really cool. There's like a temperament that moves through Vermont Studio Center every month, and you have no idea what it's going to be until it shows up.
Yeah. And I couldn't believe how beautiful winter was. Gosh, that was just so beautiful.
Every week I was like, wow, this is much nicer than last week.
Never mind. I'll get my dogs. I'll introduce you to the
please
tearaways. Right, come on, Betty. Say hi to Daniel. Come on. No, you don't want to? You want to go outside. George, come here. George. Oh.
Oh my God.
We're locked in together. I know. And her. Oh, and him. Yeah. I know, George.
Oh.
Right. So it's fun.
Well, it's been really nice talking to you.
Oh, lovely to see you. So
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. Hi to Johnson.
I will.
Lovely little town, funny little town.
Take care. Such a
Look after
pleasure.
yourself. Hi to the gang
Okay.
from New Zealand.
Don't be a stranger.
No. No.
Yeah.
It's quite fun, isn't it, making stuff? Oh, look. Oh, Daniel. Ooh, what's he doing? Oh, he's got all those zoomy things happening on his Instagram page. He never just puts up his work.
I know.
Mr. Entertainment. And there's all sorts of things that I wish that I had sort of planned. If I'd known it was going to be like this,
Yeah.
I would have got a chainsaw. That's what I would have got.
Oh man, she is so funny. Yeah, it was really a delight to get to know Andrea. She really kind of had this way of being the glue for 3 different dynamic groups, which was really cool. She made her own connections that then extended, to us at the residency. So that was pretty awesome. Let's see, what do we have next? We have Sarah with the weather. Sarah? Sarah!
What is happening? It's snowing. It's April. Hi, everyone. Okay, bye.
It's true. It keeps snowing here. It's the middle of April and it keeps snowing here. It'll be snowing and sunny at the same time. It's strange. But what are you going to do? We'll see you later this week or tomorrow or one of these times. We have other alumni features. We have resources for artists, which is a really huge page that keeps growing and building. Just keep checking the website right here. And from all of us at Vermont Studio Center, have a great day. Bye.